I'm a clinical nutritionist, so people always assume my own daily health routine must be some strict, joyless protocol. It's actually the opposite. It's not complicated. It's certainly not about restriction. I still eat pasta, bread, and cheese most days. I still enjoy my wine on the weekend. But it comes down to 4 things I do on repeat to build a strong gut and body. And here's what most people never realize. It's less about what I eat and more about how it's prepared, the smarter choices I make at the supermarket. And yes, I use science and traditional wisdom that kept people healthy for generations. We've almost completely forgotten it. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most patients who come to see me are already down the restriction road. They've cut out so many foods, they've done diet after diet, and they end up more reactive and more inflamed. So today, I'll walk you through my 4 real-life daily habits that reduce inflammation and bloating and keep me healthy. And why they work, because I'm a chef too, I'll also show you what I eat. Because yes, I believe food is medicine, but it still can be delicious. Now stick around to the end for the one habit I consider the non-negotiable, and it's one that I see patients drop weight without changing a single thing that they eat. Habit 1, I eat variety every week. I eat a rainbow of colors to improve my gut health. All natural, of course. So that might look like multicolored quinoa, mixed berries, usually frozen, purple sauerkraut. And my go-to on a busy week is a packet of pre-made coleslaw with the onion, the carrot, and the purple cabbage. It's like a gut health booster pack. And I just wrap it up, I bulk out a stir fry with it. Sometimes I even drop it into a poke bowl. So why does color matter so much for your gut, you ask? Because every color has unique polyphenols that feed up a different species of good gut microbes. You can think about your gut like a rainforest. Diversity feeds diversity. The more variety you give it, the more resilient it becomes. And a more diverse gut tends to be calmer and a less inflamed one. And here's something worth knowing. One of the biggest gut studies ever done, the American Gut Project, found that people eating 30 or more different plant foods each week had far more diverse gut microbiomes than those just eating, say, 10 or fewer. Now, diverse microbiome is one of the strongest markers of a resilient gut that's linked to lower inflammation and long-term health. Now, I know 30 sounds like a lot, but when you realize it's only 4 a day, it is totally doable. Plus, I've made it super easy for you. I've created a 30 plant tracker cheat sheet to keep you on track. It's got some of the best science-backed foods to add to your existing meals. You can grab that below. The next habit is one of the simplest yet most effective changes to reduce discomfort, digestive discomfort. Habit 2, I switch on digestion before I eat. This one costs nothing and almost nobody does it anymore. Before a meal, I actually stop. I sit down, I smell my food, I take a breath, and then I chew properly until it's almost like peanut butter texture. So there's far less work for my gut to do, which will leave you with more energy and more nutrients. And I even take a break on my super busy weeks, which is every week, because I know my body and my mind deserve it. Don't you feel like you deserve a break too, and a little bit more joy in your life? So why does this make such a big difference? Because digestion doesn't start with your first bite. It starts before it. So take a few breaths before the meal, and that will help switch on what's called the cephalic phase. It's your brain telling your gut to start making stomach acid and enzymes for the food. And that will also help your nervous system flip out of fight, flight, and what I call fat storage mode into rest and digest, which is the only state your gut actually secretes properly in. So if you're eating at your desk, you're half distracted, you're on the run, even that mild stress shuts down the secretion. And the chewing, it's one of the most unglamorous gut advice there is, but it genuinely works. The bigger lumps of food mean more leftover for the bacteria to ferment down there, and that fermentation becomes gas. and that's the bloat. So if you chew properly, there's far less for your gut to struggle with. Coming up, the habit I see move the needle on weight more than any other thing, and you don't have to change a single thing in your meal. One before we move on, what's a family food tradition you have back home? Mine was a garlic thyme honey tea whenever I got sick. Drop yours below. Habit 3. I shop smarter and I prep my ingredients properly. This is my old world secret, and the one people find probably most surprising. At the shop, I choose my ingredients and products carefully. So I'm gonna choose a proper 48-hour fermented sourdough over the standard supermarket bread. A quality aged cheese over those cheap cheeses. And I soak my beans and my grains before I cook. So why does all that prep matter for gut health and your overall health? Because it does the bulk of the digestion for you. And the process turns your food from something harmful into more healthful. Take the sourdough. A real slow ferment, 24 to 48 hours, lets the bacteria break down chunks of the fructans, the part of the wheat that actually triggers the bloating in most people. And it softens the gluten and some of the wheat's more inflammatory proteins. That's why someone who reacts to, say, a standard supermarket bread can often eat a genuine, slow sourdough and feel okay. Though if you have a celiac or allergy, you just can't eat any of the sourdoughs off the table. But here's the honest catch. Most sourdoughs at the supermarkets actually are made a little bit with a shortcut. They use baker's yeast and they never ferment them long enough to do any of the good stuff. And I have a talk on the best breads. I'll leave it at the end. And the beautiful part, this is not new knowledge. Our great grandmothers and ancestors were soaking and fermenting long before anyone had a word for gut health. They just knew that it sat better with the body, and now science is finally catching up. And I have a prep like a pro cheat sheet for how you soak grains, legumes, and nuts to be gut friendly and easier on your digestion. You can grab it below. Now remember, everyone's gut is different, so always check with your healthcare professional before adding something new, just to make sure it's right. Habit 4, I give my gut a proper rest overnight. So I go through periods of intermittent fasting. I finish dinner early and I don't eat again until the next day when I'm genuinely hungry. So during the week, that might look like 6:30 for dinner and then 10:30 for breakfast. And on the weekend, I pretty much eat whatever I want, but I have taken the time to get my gut in a better place so I can. Why does that overnight gap matter? Because your gut needs a rest window. Eating is a very demanding, violent process on the body. It takes a lot of energy, and that overnight and during extended periods, when you're not eating, your gut runs its own cleaning cycle, the migrating motor complex. It's sweeping leftover debris and bacteria through the system. Now, if you eat late and you graze all day, you keep hitting pause on that cleanup. And look, I'm not telling you this from a textbook. My own gut was a mess after a trip to Bali and I had to get it back in shape. So it happens in 2 phases: a reset to calm the inflammation, settle everything down. I started feeling better. Then a rebuild, which is slowly feeding the good gut bacteria species and widening what I could eat and what my gut could tolerate again. So if you're ready to change your health for good, that's exactly why I built my Gut Reset Repair program. It's a step-by-step roadmap that I use with private clients, but without the one-on-one fees. So I'll put the links below if you're ready to feel your best. So there they are, my friends, my real daily habits that I eat and do every day and every week. I eat the rainbow slaw, I prep, and I cook my ingredients properly. I switch on digestion before I eat, and I enjoy my food. And I give my gut a proper rest overnight. So where should you start? You don't have to start with all of them. Just pick one that feels really doable this week or this month. That's how real change actually happens. Your health didn't deteriorate in a month. It's been years. I'm sure of it anyway. So be patient with yourself. It takes time to rebuild, but it is completely worth it because you can enjoy a lot more food in your life. Now, if this video helped you, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds, or better yet, leave me a comment. I love to read them and it helps me show up for you every single week. Here's that video I talked to you about best breads for your gut health. Till next time, love your guts.